Cologuard, colon cancer screening for people 50 and older at average risk.
There are places you wouldn't want to screen for colon cancer, like here or here. But there is a place you would with Cologuard. There really is no place like home.
President, if I may, when your supporters last night were chanting, send her back, why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you ask them to stop saying that?
Well, number one, I think I did. I started speaking very quickly. It really was a loud, I disagree with it, by the way, but it was quite a chant. And I felt a little bit badly about it, but I will say this, I did, and I started speaking very quickly, but it started up rather fast, as you probably noticed.
So you'll tell your supporters never to
Well,
say that?
I would say that. I was not happy with it. I disagree with it, but again, I didn't say that. They did, but I disagree with it.
But they were echoing what you said in your first tweet, that they should go back.
Well, I don't think if you examine it, I don't think you'll find that, but I disagree with it.
All right, family. Actually, this is an article. Virginia Democrats vow to boycott legislators' 400th anniversary celebration if Trump attends. Well, this is very interesting here. It says Virginia Democratic lawmakers said Friday they will boycott an upcoming ceremony to mark the 400th anniversary of representative democracy in America if President Trump attends, urging organizers to send him back. It says here that the July 30 event will be held in Jamestown, the site of the first permanent English colony, and will mark the founding of the House of Burgesses, which was the first representative legislative assembly in America. This is the part right here that stands out more than any. It says it is part of a week-long celebration of the state's colonial past, including the first arrival of African slaves in the former British colonies. So, as we have been told that the first slaves came August the 20th of 1619. This speaking as though if it happened around this time, and which was July the 30th. So very interesting. And for I know that Trump signed a bill in a law which is far as commemoration for the 400 years, which will be in August, and I haven't heard anyone like of the African Americans have mentioned anything that is going to be done on a grand scale anywhere in Washington or whether it's in Virginia. So this just stuck out to me in reference to, it says, including the first arrival of African slaves in the former British colony. So this is by Fox News, and to be honest, I just feel like they're taking a leap of even putting this in one article when it's very, very far as letting us know the timeline and that anniversary of being in America for 400 years and still in the land of our captivity speaks volumes. So I just wanted to share this with you. I'm not sure if you want to read the rest of it, but this is the VA House Democrats. They did an invite to Trump. Trump said that he, they say he's coming, but some like this say they have a problem with that. And then, it's just go on and on of him having different words with the four ladies of Congress who Ilhan Omar have, let him know that he's not going to our, Cortez, I'm sorry, call her OC, is it OCA or OC? AOC. And so it is just very interesting. So it just unraveling. I saw some other news on today. Let's see if I can get out of here, of how hot it is. It is really, really, really hot. And I just can't believe this. When I read this, it says, well, this is not it, but heavy damage after Midwest storm sweeps through 500 miles. I saw something, that's not what I was talking about. I saw something where the police department was telling like people who's going to do any crime to hold off because, and this is what the actual article said. Let me go back up. Is this it up here? Yeah, right here. Massachusetts police ask residents to refrain from crime until after the heat waves pass. Have y'all heard of such a thing? Never in my life. Excuse me. Then I see Iran. Hey, they holding on to, what they said. That what they were looking at, that tank was actually being under investigation. Let me see if I can get to that right quick. Let's see here. Let me go in a little closer on this one right here. So a storm came through the upper Midwest, gathering up to 73 damaging wind reports, according to National Weather Service. More than 100 damaging wind reports have already come in. The threat of large hail and isolated tornadoes will continue Saturday for northern Idaho and Minnesota and Wisconsin, along with Michigan. So I guess I was under the impression that I guess it's so hot that it could stir up, far as tornadoes, but when it says, far as the wind, more than 100 damaging wind reports have already come in. So that's interesting there in itself. So let's check out and see what she has to say.
I'm coming home, baby, now. I'm coming home now right away.
Where is it the worst? Really, anywhere in the eastern half of the country. You can see that on the map here. All this here in pink, that's over 75% of the lower 48 population is going to have a feels-like temperature of 90 degrees today. But your second question, Victor, it's going to last all the way through the weekend. So it's not just a one-day event. It's all because of this high-pressure system that has basically positioned itself over the eastern half of the country. When you have high pressure, air gets pushed down to the surface. But you also know that in summer, it's hot out. Naturally, heat begins to rise. But the problem is when that air is trying to rise and escape, it's getting pushed right back down by that high pressure. So it essentially gets trapped in what we like to call a heat dome, where it cannot escape any of these areas. And not just during the day, but even the overnight low temperatures also end up getting trapped. So the body is not able to cool off because the overnight temperatures aren't even able to get below 80 degrees in some of these cities. In fact, over 90 places have the potential to have some of their hottest overnight low temperatures, not only this morning, but even as we go into tomorrow morning as well. That's part of the reason why you have a lot of these excessive heat alerts out, not just for today, but also also for tomorrow and even as we go into Monday. This system is a little bit different, though. Normally, when you have high pressure systems, it's very dry heat. So yes, the temperatures are hot, but you don't have the humidity to go with it. That's not the case. That's what makes this heat wave a little bit more unique than others. Look at the temperatures: 96 today in Chicago, 100 in Washington, D.C. But when you factor in that humidity, the feels like temperature in Chicago
Washington,
jumps to
D.C.
105. The feels like temperature in D.C. jumps to 109. So it's that impact on the body that has us most concerned. The good news is, once we get to
remember,
next
this
week,
is 2/3 of the United States.
Look at Chicago, for example, 96 today, but a high of only 74 by the time we get to Monday. New York, Victor and Christie, going from 96 today down to 82, at least tolerable by the time we get to next week.
Wow. Well, family, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay, so that's all for time right now. I know that, well, I'll let it just play out. Let's see what else going on. What is saying here about Vatican, Rome? Thousands of bones discovered as forensics team searches for missing women. Thousands? All right, Hebrew. So, always got to go in. A little closer, because often a lot what they tell us, sometimes it don't even be that way. Wow. So we've had not only riots in France, protests, in Venezuela, also Puerto Rico, and also China. Okay, America. And that happened immediately. They're gonna put out, it's gonna be martial law. Trust. Yeah. So I don't know if all those other things are staged, just setting it up for what's to come. But be mindful. Wow. Don't pay your lunch debt. Kids will go to foster care. They're going to send them there. Wow, this is in Hong Kong. This is in Hong Kong. I'm sorry, I said China earlier. But look at her. What? Wow. A Baltimore deputy police commissioner was robbed at gunpoint. Whew. Squirt glowing clouds from pockets. Father, oh my goodness. I know we are on top of our redemption is close. Oh my goodness. I repent for anything I've done. Forgive me, Father. I do not want to be left. I want to be in the number of that 1/3. I tell you that. This is a lot going on. Thousand protests in Moscow. Okay. Oh, wow. That's sad. Heart goes out to the family and praying for them. Oh, praise God for her family too. Oh my goodness, her house. A 9-year-old girl died after wind blew a bounce house into a power line. Okay, let's go over to health and see what's going on. Ebola. Yeah, it's been hitting there really hard, and we know a lot of it, like they said, come from man-made. Oh, Father, have your way. Father, have your way. I covered that earlier. Also in Maine, bacteria found in Maine. I didn't mean to go all the way in there. This is measles, confirmed there in Detroit. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, you Atlanta. Eating low carbs, getting a rash. I read one in this last night. I'm like, is this a hidden message? Study sheds light on the darker parts of our genetic heritage. I went in there and it didn't make any sense to me. It's like, it wasn't, like what I was thinking of, but I'll go back there at a later time. These 7 children are sick in a suspected California cancer cluster. Praise God to him and his family. Wow. So this is another article about flesh-eating bacteria disease. So this is Border Patrol has stored enough fentanyl to kill 794 million on agents at risk. Okay, that's it. All right, family, just wanted to give you a news update. Pray all is well. Let's see if there's anything here. I wanted to see if I had my other format as far as page up, but I didn't. So until the next time, blessings, family. Have a great rest of your night. Starting a new day. Shalom.